Well, from that look at what is going on in Marimanti, in Tharaka Nithi County, we are back here in the studio. And of course, with us, as introduced before, Dr. Christine Chege. Well, she is an agri-nutrition expert and a food systems scientist right here in the studio. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Peter.
Now, we've seen many things across everything we've aired today. And the question then for me is so many different approaches, so many different takes on what the issue is. But I'd want you to paint a picture for us, especially knowing that as Kenyans today, as people who are working, people will wake up, have bread and tea for breakfast, maybe eggs, that sort of thing, have chapati or ugali for lunch, we'll have various different things for dinner. Most of these things have actually traveled tens of thousands of kilometers from a different economy, exacerbating the issues of climate change and even sometimes nutritional insecurity. Where do we start?
Thank you, Peter. Mm-hmm. One thing I would like to mention is in Africa, and specifically in Kenya, we're in a very good position. We just need to know what do we have, how do we utilize what we have, to leverage that and make use of it to address some of the challenges we have. For instance, we just watched from the news the issue of some of the commodities we are consuming from our own production, the indigenous, what I would call the indigenous commodities, or others can call it neglected and underutilized species, but they're not neglected. We are trying to move away from that. They're not orphan anymore, you know. So if you look at these commodities, they are very nutritious. And if we can go back to them, look at the different kinds of commodities that we have, what is their nutrition value, and try to mix the different commodities to make sure our diet is diversified. So the most important thing is there are so many varieties of commodities out there, readily available in our communities. One, people don't know, especially the current generation. If you tell someone to go and eat some of the traditional commodities in the rural areas or in the forest, they'll say, no, we don't eat those ones. We know bread and milk and, you know, wheat, sandwiches and sausage. Exactly. So we need to go back to our roots, start utilizing and consuming these traditional commodities, diversify them. Make sure your plate is actually diversified, not just taking cassava only or sorghum, like we've seen the sorghum porridge. Diversify that with fruits, with vegetables, with different. We say the many colors on your plate, the better.
Okay, indeed, interesting conversation there. We want to now go on a short commercial break, but when we come back, the reason we're exploring this topic, Daktari, has been the fact that we want to talk about climate-proofing nutrition right across the country, and of course, many people will be wondering what exactly that is. Well, we'll have the answer for you in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us here on Farm Kenya. Back shortly.
You are watching Farm Kenya, brought to you by Fugo.
Akishiba, utashiba. Fugo Layer Feed, Fugo Kienyeji Feed, and broiler